Okay, so morning we discussed functions, even number, odd numbered questions. Last is 39. Let us discuss 41 and 43. Okay, 41. They gave the function when x is irrational, what happens? Rational, what happens? I think all of you know e and pi are both irrational numbers. That is, when you write in decimal form, they are non-terminating, non-repeating. Okay. So if you take f of g of pi, let us take only g of pi. G of pi, what is G definition? Okay. In that, when you take rational minus 1, irrational 0. So it is 0. Since pi is an irrational number. Now, if you want f of g of pi, f of this is 0. Whether 0 or 100 or 1000 doesn't matter. As long as it is a rational number, the answer in f is 0. 0 since 0 is a rational number. Okay, coming to G circle f of e. So when you want f of e, because e is an irrational number, f of x has two definitions. For irrational number, it is 1. Since e is an irrational number. And I want now G circle f of e. That is G of f of e. G of 1. And 1 is a rational number. And when you put a rational number in G, answer is minus 1. Since 1 is a rational number. 1 is rational. Okay, so one answer is 0, one answer is minus 1. We want their sum. So f circle G of pi plus G circle f of e. 1 is 0, 1 is minus 1. So it is minus 1. Okay, so nothing difficult. Just you have to find inner part, outer part. You have to know that pi and e are irrational numbers. If at all you write in decimal form, they are non-terminating, non-repeating decimals. Okay, 41, everybody clear, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Right. Okay, 43. They want f of g of x equal to 25. And what is x value? Okay, so f of g of x. In f definition, you can substitute g of x, that is 2 times g of x plus 3. Or what is g of x, we can substitute, which is x square plus 7. Both will give same answer again. What is that? 2 times x square plus 2 times x square plus 7 plus 3. Okay, so that is 2x square plus 21. Okay, 17. Now f of g of x is equal to 25 is 2x square plus 17 equal to 25. 2x square equal to 8, x square equal to 4, x equal to plus or minus 2. Okay, so that is just few manipulations related to composite function. Then domain and range questions were done in the class. I'm skipping all of them.
Sir, rational means it can be written in the form of P by Q, no, sir?
Yes, correct. P by Q, but P and Q must be natural numbers, integers. Not that you write pi as pi by 1 and then say it is rational. Is that your
Sir,
doubt?
the 0, sir, 0 will be written as 0 by 0, sir.
0 you can write 0 by 5 also, right? Why only 0 by 0? Not 0 by 0 anyway.
Oh.
0 by 0 is not defined. You can write 0 by 5, 0 by 9.
Oh, yes, sir, 0 by 0, yes, sir. Okay.
0 by 0 is, anything by 0 is not defined.
Yes, sir, understood.
Okay. I hope board is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to discuss about another topic, inverse function. Okay, but before that, let me explain something. There is also inverse relation also. What is that? In the beginning, we discussed you can connect okay, A cross B means every element in the domain will be connected to every element in the codomain. 1 comma A, 1 comma B, 1 comma C, 2 comma A, 2 comma B, 2 comma C, 3 comma A, 3 comma B, 3 comma C, all the ordered pairs. Any subset of that is a relation. For example, I can connect 1 to AB, 2 to all 3 ABC, and 3 to only B, let us say. This is also a relation. What I'll have? 1 comma A, 1 comma B, 2 comma A, 2 comma B, 2 comma C, 3 comma B. Okay, this is my relation. I'll call this as some S. Not a function, relation. Yes, inverse means just reverse everything. A comma 1, B comma 1, A comma 2, B comma 2, C comma 2, B comma 3. So earlier if 1 is connected to A, now A will be connected to 1. Earlier if 1 is image of B, now B will be image of 1, like that. Okay. That is inverse relation. So inverse relation is, as I said, relations we are going to discuss in detail later on. Coming to a function, you take a function and inverse it. The inverse may not be a function. Let us see why. Let us take set A and set B. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D. I'll connect 1 to A, 2 to B, 3 to C. This is set A, this is set B. This is a function. Inverse function means codomain will become domain. A, B, C, D. Domain will become codomain. 1, 2, 3. And earlier if 1 is connected to A, now A will be connected to 1. Earlier if 2 is connected to B, now B will be connected to 2. Okay, this. Is this a function?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So if f is a function, what we wrote is only an inverse relation. Okay, it is f inverse, we can write it, but it is only a relation, not a function. Okay. So because this d is left here, for f to be function, it's okay. D can be left, nothing, no issue. But inverse will not be a function because of that. So now can you tell me what must be the function f should have property so that inverse also will be a function?
Number of elements.
Number of elements should be same.
Should be bijective.
Bijunctional.
Okay, we'll talk about bijection, but here what I tried to tell you is, if any extra elements are left here, there's no problem for f to be a function. But for f inverse to be a function, those elements will create a problem. So we cannot leave anything. So if f is not onto, f inverse cannot be a function. So if you want f inverse to be a function, f must be onto. We cannot leave any element here. Okay. Of course, f should be 1, 1 also. I'll show you why that. Let's say 1 and 2 are connected to A and 3 is connected to B. Then coming to the inverse, A will be connected to 1 and 2, B will be connected to 3. This is F and this is F inverse. Okay. The problem that we faced earlier, we did not have that problem here. Earlier there was an extra element which created a problem here, but now no extra element here, no extra element here. Okay. So there is no element here who doesn't have image. Every element has image. But the problem is A has
Two images.
two images.
Images.
So it is not a function, right? Okay. So if original function is not 1, 1, then definitely inverse relation cannot be a function, because if many elements are connected to one element, in reverse, one element will have many images, it's not even a function. So if you want inverse to be a function, the original function has to be 1, 1 and has to be onto. If it is not onto, what is the problem we discussed? If it is not 1, 1 also, what is the problem we discussed? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if you want, you can write some statement. If f a to b, a function f a to b is not a 1, 1 function, then inverse relation f inverse from b to a will not be a function. Similarly, if f a to b is not an onto function, then inverse relation f inverse from b to a will not be a function. So what is our conclusion is, so for f inverse, for inverse relation f inverse from b to a to be function, from b to a to be a function, f a to b must be bijection. Okay, so that's what we do. If f is not 1, 1, f inverse will not be a function. If it is not on 2, it will not be a function. So if you want f inverse to be a function, the original function must be a bijection. If f a to b is a bijection, then f inverse b to a is not only a function. Okay, is that relation f inverse from b to a is a function, and that too bijection also. So total we made 4 points regarding inverse. So if original function is a bijection, then inverse will be a function, and not just a function. Even that also, if f is a bijection, even f inverse also will be a bijection. We will prove it thoroughly as a theorem, but you can easily relate to this. Okay, can I erase all these 4 points?
Last point, don't erase it.
Okay. Anybody any doubt? I can explain, or if somebody is not able to, some part of it is not legible, I can read it for you. I think compared to beginning, now you got used to my handwriting, right?
Yes, sir.
It's not that I changed my handwriting, you just got used to it.
Yes, sir,
Sir.
can erase it.
Okay. Apparently, I read some article. Around 6,000 people per year or something, they die in US or somewhere due to bad handwriting of doctors. Because pharmacists will give some other medicine. Okay. Reading something about handwriting. So this one came up. I don't remember exact number, whether it is US or the world and all that. Okay, anyway. Okay, so we discussed about inverse function now. How to find inverse function if original function is given, we'll discuss all that. Let us look at some example. I have set A to set B, let's say 1, 2, 3, and here some ABC. 1 is connected to A, 2 is connected to B, 3 is connected to C. This is F. B to A. A, B, C. F1, 2. F inverse. In F, if 1 is connected to A, here A must be connected to 1, B must be connected to 2, C must be connected to 3. Now you have to notice something. Let's say I want to find F inverse of F of 1. What will come?
1.
1 only. F inverse of F of 1 is A, and F inverse A is 1 again. And F inverse of F of 2.
2.
F of 2. Okay, B, and it will be 2. And F inverse of F of 3 will be F inverse C, and it will be 3.
3.
So if you take total F inverse circle F function, Image of 1 is 1 only. Image of 2 is 2. Image of 3 is 3. If a function connects same element to itself, what that is that function called? Is there any name?
Identity.
Identity.
Yeah, it is called identity function. If f of x is x for all x values in the domain, it is called identity function. So identity function, the symbol is I. So f inverse circle f is I, and not just I, it is IA. What is IA means is identity function from the identity function, but what? Set C to set C, or all real numbers to all real numbers? No, this is function from set A to set A, because 1, 2, 3 is set A, and final output is also that. Okay, let us talk about f of f inverse 1. Is it a correct question, first of all?
No.
Sir.
No. We cannot talk about f inverse 1. F inverse A you can ask me, f inverse B you can ask me, f inverse C, but not f inverse 1. If I talk about f of f inverse A, what is f inverse A? 1. And what is f of 1? A.
Yeah.
So here also image of A coming here. Similarly, if we take f of f inverse B is 2 and f of 2 is B. And f of f inverse C is f of 3 and f of 3 C. Here also you can see the function f circle f inverse. Because of that, image of A is A, image of B is B, image of C is C. That is also an identity function. But it is from which set to which set?
B to B.
It is B to B. Your input is ABC, which is set B. Your output is also ABC. So this is also identity function, but IB. IB means identity function from set B to set B. IA means identity function from set A to set A. Okay. So we will discuss about this proof in a theorem way. Okay. I'm just giving an example. Why f inverse circle f is an identity function from on A and this is an identity function on B. Okay. You don't have to write the details. You want to write this much or leave it also, not a problem. Just listen. That's it. Let us see if somebody can help me with this. You're able to tell, or maybe already you gave a hint. I don't know. Y equal to f of x. There is some function. Okay, I had drawn the graph of this. Some function like this. Anybody want to tell me how to draw inverse function of this graph? That is, I want y equal to f inverse x graph.
Sir, we will reflect it with respect to y equal to x.
Yeah. You take y equal to x, find mirror image of this. I'm not good at drawing, but it's okay. Yeah. If this is a mirror image of this is y equal to f inverse x. For the simple reason, in the original function, if image of 1 is a, in the inverse function, image of a should be 1. If at all there is a point, I'm sure you studied in coordinate geometry that the image of the image of a comma b, okay, with respect to y equal to x is b comma a, right? Okay. Apart from the image formula, you can see that. Okay. So with respect to y equal to x, the image of a comma b will be b comma a. Okay. How to prove that? You can use formula, image formula, but I can just show you from the figure. This is at y equal to x 45 degrees line. You take any point and draw like this. This is a square I'm constructing. I want to take this point as a comma a, this point as b comma b. Okay. This point, this is y equal to x. I constructed a square. These sides are parallel to x-axis. These are parallel to y-axis. This is 45 degrees line. This is another 45 degrees line or 135 degrees line. This point is a comma a. This point is b comma b. Anybody want to tell me what are the coordinates of this point? Same line.
A
So
comma
y
B.
coordinate is b comma a. X coordinate comes from this. Y coordinate comes from this, right? And the coordinates of this x coordinate
comma
comes
B.
from a comma b. That's it. You can see a comma b and b comma a are image of each other with respect to y equal to x. Right in the figure, right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So in the same way here, if image of 5 is 2 here, in inverse function, image of 2 should be 5. So if this is a comma b, this should be b comma a. So they are mirror image of each other. So whenever you want to draw inverse function graph, you draw original function graph with respect to y equal to x, you find a mirror image. I'm sure you might have seen e power x and log x graph. Y equal to x will be there. E power x will be like this. Log x will be like this. Actually, they are inverse function of each other. We'll discuss how they are inverse function of each other. Maybe something is discussed in the graphs for you. Okay, may not be exactly related, but I want to make one point to you. You take y equal to x line. Let us say this is a graph of y equal to f of x. Okay. Let us say somebody wants to find from the graph what is f of 2 value. What is f of 2 value? What is f of 2 value? You can find. You take x equal to 2, go straight above. This point will be 2 comma f of 2. Correct, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
If you go horizontally to this one, can you tell me what is this point will be?
F of 2 comma f of 2.
No, wait. Just one minute. I will just erase everything. 2 is here. This point is 2 comma f of 2. This point 2 comma f of 2. This is y equal to f of x. So if I go horizontally, f of 2 will not come. This will have same y coordinate. X coordinate is same based on this. So this point is actually f of 2 comma f of 2. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now go vertically above. What are the coordinates of that point will be?
F of 2
F
comma
of 2 comma f of 2.
Yeah, x coordinate will be same f of 2, but y coordinate will be from this, which is f of 2. If you want another f of, go horizontally like this and then go vertically above. Okay. I'll show you something else quite interesting. It's not related to inverse function, but it conveys a point. I'm sure many of you know that this root over 2 plus root over 2 plus root over 2 plus root over 2 plus so on up to infinity. This kind of question you might have seen. What is the answer anyway for this? 2 may not be a good number. Let's if I take k here, this not x square equal to k plus x square minus x minus k equal to 0. So if I take x as 3, this is 9 minus 3 minus 6. So okay, it should be 6. Okay. So let us take root over 6 plus root over 6 plus root over 6 plus root over 6 forever. This answer is 3. Okay. How will you prove this? Actually, we'll take this as x. And then this whole thing is x. So if you neglect 1 6 also, it is forever. There is no change. This is also x. You are going to write root 6 plus x equal to x. Am I right? Square it. You'll get 6 plus x equal to x square. X square minus x minus 6 equal to 0. That's a quadratic equation. When you solve, you'll get x equal to 3 or minus 2. Root of something can't be negative, so we neglect this. So answer is 3. So finally, that answer is 3. Actually, you can see that if up to here answer is 3, again root over 6 plus 3 is root 9, again it is 3. Every time it will come 3. Wherever you stop, you can put 3 there, it will come back to 3 again. But I wanted to give you a graphical explanation to this. One time earlier in the class, I wanted to tell this and I stopped it, if somebody remembers it, because I thought you may not know about the graphs at that time. Let us see what to do here. I want to take root x graph. This is y equal to root x. And y equal to this one. I want to take root x plus 6. This one. Okay, actually this is a graph of, this point is minus 6 comma 0. This is a graph of y equal to root x plus 6. And y equal to x will be like this. And at 3 both are equal. This is 3 comma 3 point. I should draw the other side just a minute. Arranging so many times. This is not related to our lesson in a sense, just I'm giving another idea. Don't worry so much. Okay, this is a curve. This is y equal to x. Yeah, this is a better approach. This is minus 6 comma 0. This is y equal to root x plus 6. This is y equal to x. This point is 3 comma 3. Let us say what is happening. You can start with any number you want, not a big issue, but you can start with 6 also. If I start with 6, what is this point will be 6 comma root 6 plus 6. Am I right?
Yes.
No, something missing here. Just a minute. This is 3 comma 3. This looks right. If I go horizontally, yeah, that's fine. You don't have to start with 6. You can start with any number actually. But okay. So this is 6 comma root 6 plus 6. If I go horizontally, what is that point will be? Same y coordinate as this. I'll get root 6 plus 6 comma root 6 plus 6. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now if I come vertically down, what will happen? Same x coordinate. So that is root 6 plus 6. But y coordinate, if you want, I have to put it in the curve, which will be root over root 6 plus 6 plus 6. Okay. Again, you go horizontally. This will be our x and y coordinate. And you come vertically to the curve. Okay. That will be in the form of y coordinate will be root over 6 plus root over 6 plus 6. Under root 1 6 will come. Anyway, I should write properly. With a root including this plus 6. This is root. Okay. I don't have enough place to write. Again, if you come horizontally and vertically and all, what will happen is you will find this series is reaching this point whose y coordinate is 3, which actually shows that this value will reach 3. Okay. I wanted to show that. Just 1 6 is a little problem. Actually, I would have started with 0. I think it would have been better. Yeah. I think if you start with 0, you'll find more. If I would have started with 0, what is this point? 0 comma root 6. If I go horizontally, this is more easy. What is this horizontally? What will be point? Root 6 comma root 6.
Root 6 comma root.
Now, if you go vertically on the curve, that point will be root 6 comma root over 6 plus root 6. Yeah, you will realize this more. My first figure is only good. Okay. I'll give a little hint and I'll stop here. Later on, you can explore. Mainly, what you need is a bigger figure here. Like this. Okay, like this. And y equal to x. And this is 3 comma 3. This is y equal to root x plus 6. Yeah, just start here, everything will be fine. This will be 0 comma root 6. Go horizontally, it will be root 6 comma root 6. Go vertically, x coordinate is root 6, but y coordinate is root over. Instead of x plus 6, we can write 6 plus x. You can see more clearly. It's 6 plus root 6. Again, go horizontally, it will be root 6 plus root 6 and root over 6 plus root 6. Go vertically, the x coordinate is same. If you want y coordinate, you have to put it here. So this point's y coordinate, you will find it as 6 plus root 6 comma 6 plus root over 6 plus root 6. Okay. So what happens? For this point, what is the y coordinate? Only one single root 6. For this point, what is the y coordinate? Root over 6 plus root 6. For this point, what is the y coordinate? Root over 6 plus root over 6 plus root 6. If you go like this and like this, the next y coordinate you will find 4 of them like this. And if you go like this, okay. So you will find a series of points approaching this point, and that point's y coordinate is 2. Are you able to see?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, it's a series. Actually, it's not up to infinity. It's up to n terms. As the number of terms tends to infinity, we can see how the values are actually tending to 3. Okay. Anyway, we are studying limits. So you can write up to n terms and write limit n tends to infinity. Your answer will be 3. That's what it is actually. Oh, this is a good one. I would have started with this. I might have confused somebody, but this is more nice. You can see everything very clearly. Yeah, so this is not connected to that. Why I came to this part is y equal to x line. How do we use it every time to find f of x? That's what we are doing. Okay. Anyway, this is not related to any particular question. Just a understanding. Don't worry so much. Okay, so in total, what we studied is till now today is few points. First point is if f is not 1, 1, the inverse relation f inverse also will not be 1, 1. If f is not onto, f inverse relation will not be a function. If f is not onto, then also inverse relation will not be a function. So if you want inverse relation to be a function, the original function must be a bijection. If original function is bijection, the inverse relation is not just function, it is also a bijection. That is one thing we discussed. Next we discussed is original function and inverse function graphs are mirror image of each other with respect to y equal to x line. And we also discussed f circle f inverse is identity function. F inverse circle f is also an identity function. But this is from which set depends on what is the domain. If domain of f is A, it is IA. If codomain of f is B, this will be IB. Even though we'll prove this little later, we got some idea about it. Actually, it is very simple. If f of x is y, it is f inverse y equal to x. As simple as that. If account of function f, if image of x is y, account f inverse, image of y is x. Now, if you combine these two both, wherever y is there, substitute this back, we'll get f inverse f of x is equal to x. Or put this f inverse y back here, f of f inverse y is y. So here x image is x only, here y image is y. This is also identity function, this is also identity function. But this identity function connecting x to x, which is a set A basically. This is y to y, which is set B. So that's why f inverse circle f is IA, f circle f inverse is IB. Later on we'll write it as a proper theorem, how to write in IP and all little later. Now we are going to see how to find inverse function. Let us say f R to R and f of x is equal to 2x plus 3. This is a function. If they give ordered pair, finding inverse function is very easy. Let's say the original function is 1 comma A, 2 comma B, 3 comma C. The inverse function is very easy. A comma 1, B comma 2, C comma 2. That is very easy to write. But for this kind of function, which is given the definition way, how will you write? Very simple. Let f of x is equal to y. then the very definition says x is equal to f inverse y. We'll use that later. Let us use this. F of x equal to y means 2x plus 3 equal to 1. Anyone write the question? Find inverse function. This one. Okay. So we'll take f of x equal to y, x will be f inverse y. 2x plus 3 equal to y, 2x equal to y minus 3, x is equal to y minus 3 by 2. And what is x? F inverse y. So f inverse y is y minus 3 by 2. If f inverse y is y minus 3 by 2, what is f inverse k will be?
K minus 3 by 2.
K minus 3 by 2.
F inverse L will be?
L minus 3 by
L minus 3 by
L minus 3 by 2.
F inverse x will be?
X minus 3 by 2.
X minus 3 by 2.
That's it. That is the inverse function. Okay. The reason I asked L, A, B, and all is basically in the place of y, you can write anything. That's my point. From here to here, I am not using this relation back. Somebody may think in the place of y, why are you writing x? Y is equal to 2x plus 3. So I am not writing y in the place of x that way. In the place of y, you can write L, A, K, B, anything. So why not x? Because generally we talk about f of x, g of x, f inverse x. That's it. So whenever you want to find inverse function, very, very simple. Take f of x as y, use definition of f of x, somehow find x in terms of y and replace x with f inverse y. You will get f inverse y in terms of y. Wherever y is there x, you will get f inverse x in terms of x. So this is how we will get inverse function. Okay. I'll give some more inverse functions. Okay. So you can first write this. You can even call question 1 in this if you want. We'll do some more questions. Okay, those are completed. Try to find inverse function of this.
Sir, is it 7 power x?
Yes, correct. F R2 of f of x is equal to 5x plus 7 by x minus 2. Okay, those you completed the second one, you can try to find inverse function for this. Of course, I will change the domain. F all real numbers except 2. All real numbers except 2. Yeah, Coming to the second one, as usual, let f of x equal to y, which implies log x base 7 is y. According to log definition, x is equal to 7 power y, and x is f inverse y. From this, we can get x is equal to f inverse y. So f inverse y is 7 power y. So you'll get f inverse x is 7 power x. Okay, so for log x base 7, the inverse function is 7 power x.
Sir, in the third question, it is except 2 and 5.
No, domain is all real numbers except 2. Codomain is all real numbers except 5 I gave. But while finding it is not so important for you.
Sir, f inverse is 2x plus 7 by x minus 5.
Yes.
Yes, sir. 2x plus 7 by x minus 5.
Yeah. So let f of x equal to y. 5x plus 7 by x minus 2 equal to y. Now, how to find x in terms of y? Do cross multiplication and bring x one side. 5x plus 7 equal to xy minus 2y. And I want to bring x one side. So 5x, so bring this side. 2y plus 7 equal to xy minus 5x. 2y plus 7 equal to x times y minus 5. So x is 2y plus 7 by y minus 5. So f inverse y is equal to 2y plus 7 by y minus 5. So f inverse x is 2x plus 7 by x minus 5. Now one may ask, what is the reason that why you gave domain and codomain like this? If you want to talk about inverse function, original function should be bijection. So I should give the domain, and here I should give exact range as codomain. Domain for this, what is the domain for this? All real numbers except 2. Range, we discussed this. If you take equal to 1, there will be a solution. Equal to 2, there will be a solution. Equal to 100, there will be a solution. Equal to 10 by 3, there will be a solution. But if you take equal to 5,
No solution.
no solution. That's why whatever x you take, this answer cannot be 5. So 5 will not be there in the range. That's why all real numbers except 5. Actually, you can see that here. One simple point everybody can make out, a function is there and inverse function is there. The domain of the original function is the range of inverse function, right? The domain of original function is codomain of inverse function. So codomain and range are same because they're bijections, and the range of original function is the domain of inverse function. If f is from a to b, which is a bijection, and f inverse is from b to a. So there codomain b became here domain, and here domain became codomain. You can see that here, if somebody says find range of this, let's say you don't know, find inverse function, find domain of that, that will be the range here. What is the domain of this function?
All real numbers
R minus 5.
Yeah, because denominator should not be 0, all real numbers except 5. So the domain of inverse function is all real numbers except 5. That should be the range of original function. That's why it is all real numbers except 5. Okay, anyway, so you got an idea how to find inverse function. Still, I'll give 1 or 2 more questions. I'll give a relatively difficult one, maybe, but let me see if somebody can come up with. This is third one. Yeah. So fourth one. F of x is equal to integer part of x plus square root of fractional part of x. Okay. All of you know integer part of x represents greatest integer function. Actually, the graph of this will be quite interesting. We'll discuss a little later, but okay. So this I am just giving so that just to check whether you can tell or not. Somebody not able to do, don't worry so much. Fifth one, I'm sure many people can do it, but still f from closed interval 3 to infinity. 2, 1 to infinity. F of x equal to x square minus xx plus 10. Okay, so for this function and for this function, I wanted to find inverse function. Tanvishri, if you see carefully in the board, you can see yourself. Are you able to see?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here, the near f of x, I think you can see. Fifth one is not that difficult, even though little small thing you have to notice there. But fourth one may be little. Anybody want to tell any answer for fourth or fifth? Please feel free to tell.
Sir,
Yes, please.
the fifth one is f inverse f of x is equal to 3 plus or minus root over x minus 1.
So you are telling two answers, but it should be only one answer. Okay. So no doubt in the fifth question, you take f of x equal to y, solve a simple quadratic equation minus b plus or minus root b square 4ac by 2a. You know how to find inverse function. Take f of x equal to y. After the sum of find x in terms of y. So here we found x, which is a quadratic equation in terms of y. Or you can make perfect squares and one that side and do it. Whatever it is, you are getting x in terms of y like this. So I'm getting this or this. Which one should I choose? White ones are coming, and why? Which one I should choose? Okay, which one I should choose? I'll tell you. For this original function, we have domain and codomain or range. For inverse function, this should be the domain and this should be the range, right? Okay, now tell me. Yes. This one will have range 3 to infinity or this one will have range 3 to infinity out of the two?
Second one, sir.
Second one is 3 minus something. So what will be the range? Will it be more than 3 or less than 3?
Less than 3. The first one will have
Less than 3.
Okay. So for the first one, range is 3 to infinity because 3 plus something. For the second one, range is actually some minus infinity to 3 kind of thing because less than 3. So because the domain here should be range, so I'm going to accept this and reject this. That is method 1. Method 2 is you take the original function. Let us find some example. For example, let's say I want to find f of 4. Can anybody tell me what is f of 4 will come from the original function?
Two, sir.
2. Then f inverse 2 should come 4, right? So in both the answers, that you got, substitute 2, whichever gives 4, that is correct. So here when I put 2, I'll get 3 plus 1, 4, it's correct. But here when I put 2, I'll get 3 minus 1, 2, not correct. I took only 4 example. You can take some other example. Let us say somebody takes 5. What is f of 5? 25, 35, 35 minus 30 minus 5. Okay. Then from that you can say f inverse minus 5 should be 5. So substitute. Minus 5 is correct. Something wrong. I should. What is f of 5 by the way? Plus 5 only. Okay, plus 5. Okay, plus 5. So f of 5 came 5 only. You can take some example. I'm just take. If I take 4, what will come? 16, 20. That is already I took 4 earlier. It's okay, not a problem. You can take 6 also, not a big issue. 36 minus 36 will cancel, will get 10. F of 6 is 10. So f inverse 10 should give us 6, something like that. Take any number in the domain, find its image, substitute that image here, whichever gives the number back, that is correct. So that is another way to do it. Then one may say, can this be also answer? Yes, depends on how I gave the domain and codomain. Method 3, I will tell you. And I am also telling you in method 3 why 2 answers come. What was your original function? Y equal to f of x equal to x square minus 6x plus 10. Actually, the graph of this, which is actually x minus 3 whole square plus 1. How will you draw x minus 3 whole square plus 1 graph? Take x square graph. Move horizontal shift by 3 units and vertical shift by 1 unit. So if this is y equal to x line, this is 3, 1, it will be like this somewhat. Okay, this is a graph of y equal to x minus 3 whole square plus 1. From this graph, can you tell me, is this graph represents a bijection?
No.
No.
No,
Because
sir.
any horizontal line will intersect twice. Okay, so 2 different x values have same y value. It is not 1, 1. But still, why I asked inverse function? Because what I gave is bijection. In the sense, I gave domain 3 to infinity to codomain 1 to infinity. In this particular domain and this particular codomain, it is actually bijection because my graph is not this full parabola. Domain is only 3 to infinity. So if you take 3 to infinity, only this piece, If this is not there and only this is there, is that a bisection?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, that's what I get. Okay, so now one may ask why two answers are coming now. That if this is the graph of the original function, what is the graph of the inverse function? How to get it? I said.
Reflection on
Yeah.
y is equal to
Yeah, with respect to y equal to x, you find mirror image. It will come somewhat like this. Okay, these two are mirror image. Okay, of course, wherever they are somewhat, it will be somewhat like this. Okay, in that, please see this part carefully. This equation is actually 3 plus root y minus 1, and the equation of the down part is 3 minus root y minus 1. This has one equation, this has another equation. And our original question is not this full parabola, only this piece, and the mirror image of that piece is only this piece, not the down one. That's why it is 3 plus root y minus 1 we equate. And this is mirror image of this piece. Okay, so I can give another question. What is that? F minus infinity to 3 closed union 1 to infinity. Everything is same. Function is same. What is that? X square minus 6x plus 10. But this domain to this codomain. Your solution, everything is same, but now you have to accept this answer and you have to reject this answer. Why? Because I changed the domain to minus infinity to 3. So now our parabola is not full parabola, not this piece, it is only this piece. And the mirror image is only this piece. One way I want to do with the example. Yeah, you can do with the example. What is that? I want domain to be minus infinity to 3. So here range should be minus infinity to 3. 3 plus is more than 3. 3 minus is less than 3. That's why I should accept that. Or take a number between minus infinity to 3. For example, 0. F of 0. What is the answer? According to x square minus 6x plus 10. 10. If f of 0 is 10, according to this new function, f inverse 10 should be 0. If you put 10 here, 10 here, which will give 0?
Second one.
Second.
Second.
So that's why you have to x second. Okay, so I explained why two answers are coming. I also explained when two answers are coming, how to decide which answer is correct. So I'm telling you 3 methods. Third method is more conceptual, but first 2 methods are simple. In fact, method 2 is very big. Anybody can make out, very common sense. Okay, you take your original function, take one number in the domain, find its image. Substitute that image in both the answers. Whichever gives you your original number back, that is correct, and other one you reject it. Very simple. Okay, that is this method. Another method is you look at the domain of your original function, see whether range of this or range of this, whose range is equal to that domain. Okay, so based on that you can conclude. But I feel this is easier for everybody. Okay, but I purposely explained this third method because it gives a graphic picture why two answers are coming and what is happening. Is everybody clear about this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in total, finally, our answer is f inverse x is 3 plus root x minus 1. 3 plus root y minus 1, so 3 plus root x. Okay, so that fourth question, you think about it. If you get any idea, tell me tomorrow morning. Okay, in the class. Okay, so if you completed what is there on the board, you can leave. Thank you.
Thank you.